Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Affy Rothman. This is a voice of cards. The Isle Dragon Roars, and the continuation thereof. In our last episode, we made our way across the sea to the Isle of Light. So that's where we're currently at. We're actually in the village of the sick or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but in either case, I said to tread carefully, so that is what we're going to do. We've explored the majority of the island, so there is that. We're just gonna continue on with the story here and see where it goes. Sadly, Melanie is not her muscle-bound self anymore. I did really like that, but whatever. All right, well, sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Village of the Sick. That's what it was. I gotta check her reverse story card here. Don't really notice the change that much in that one, but I will say that Bruno looks a lot better.
The man glares at you, clutching tight to countless medicine bottles in his hands. He insists that they all belong to him and refuses to share them with anyone.
Okay. You fulfilled the necessary requirements and unlocked Man's flipside story. Hey. This man? Man, he was a sickly child who spent his days gazing out the window, longing to run and play with the others. If he could just do that, taking the bittersweet medicine was cake. The boy grew up to see his wish come true. He now runs around all day and nowhere in particular, screaming nonsense as it goes. Oh man.
Another villager approaches you. Though his speech is slurred, the demand remains the same: medicine. This villager is also behaving strangely. Will you acquiesce to his request?
I guess.
Ridis briefly reveals the medicine under her cloak. Nothing in life is free, she says, clearly mocking your earlier blunder. Her fun is short-lived, as she too loses her grip on the medicine. Karma is cruel and indiscriminate. You could not help but notice the groans of "medicine, sweet medicine," as he fled. Something's not right in this village, Bruno mutters, clearly worried.
No, really?
You hear a panicked cry up the road. Stay with me. Focus on me. That can't be good. You must fancy yourself quite the eccentric coming here, the innkeeper drones, as if incensed by your very presence. Stay if you want to stay, the innkeeper continues, utterly disinterested in even attempting to sell you on a room.
Okay.
The old man sighs, saying he lost both his son and grandson to the medicine. Not wanting to be the only one left behind, he lifts the bottle in his hand to his lips and gulps it down.
You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock the aged man's flip side story. Well, would you look at that, the old man calls to his wife. Come look at all these butterflies flying around me. They're beautiful. He smiles so widely his eyes narrow, torn butterfly wings and legs pull out from the gaps between his teeth. Dude, what the heck?
There isn't a soul about. The house is surely abandoned.
What may help you, the proprietress acquires? Have a curative, have a defroster. You believe we have an unsealer. We don't have a dispeller. I should see if I have an unsealer. Give me a moment here. Oh, guess I don't have an unsealer. Okay, I'll buy one then. Alright. You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock the apothecary's flip side story. Oh, apparently I have gotten all the skills in the game. So I guess that there's no more characters that are going to be added and no more new powers or anything. Let's see here. Equipment, items. There's just one more there. And these are key items. Okay. Oh, the whole purpose I went in there was to look at her flip side stories. Let's see here. Keepers. Her moist, glistening eyes, the lone bright spot in her dimly lit shop, lock on me as soon as I set foot inside. Her uncanny, croaking laughter sent shivers down my spine. Service with a smile, they always say. Well, I think I've got something that'll cure the poor customer. Look at him, shaking like a leaf.
You ask the villager about the dragon. The headman can help you if you're in some trouble, she retorts, doubling over to empty the contents of her stomach onto the street. Dozens of empty medicine bottles litter the ground in front of this woman.
You fulfill the necessary requirements to unlock the woman's flip side story. Oh. I just want to say, every time I see the 16-bit version of the Queen, it looks like she's got a pacifier in her mouth. Where's the woman? I think this is it. Woman. The loss of her family took her to the brink of ending her own life. Then she heard about an island where anyone could find happiness. No one on the island had any worries. They hadn't the intellect to worry in the first place. In time, neither did she, and the days bled into one blissful blur. Armor, how may I help you? The proprietor inquires. Proprietor. What do you got for me? Evil's Bane? Yes. Alright. Crimson Claws? Why, yes. Sage's Staff. Wow, it's giving like a lot here. I mean, everyone may be crazy, but they got some good gear. Assassin's Bow. Devil's Hands. Alright. Dark Mail's gonna make you slow. Warrior's Mail. It's I like that he doesn't wear armor, but yeah, he'll still wear it. Oh, like that took like all my gold. It just makes her faster, so... Alright, we already have Ring of Protection, already have a Fire Stay, and already have all those. How may I help you? Corrosive. That's all the items in the game. Yep.
This cursed island is separated from the rest of the world, she mutters from the ground. I heard that outsiders call this place Mount Medica, she remarks, then throws the empty bottle in her hand to the roadside.
This is the game parlor. Come play cards to avoid reception calls.
You hail the villager, only to receive a blunt, "Go bother the village headman with your chatter" in return. The villager turns to face the wall once more, and smacks his head against it repeatedly. His forehead is soon covered in blood.
Visit the headman in the village of the sick to see what new information may be gleaned.
You arrive on the scene to find a man collapsed in the street, convulsing. Another man kneels over him in an apparent attempt to provide comfort and care. The nobleman wears impressive white armor befitting a knight. He continues talking to the fallen man as he provides emergency care. Seeing the knight's devotion makes you feel a bit like a putz for doing nothing.
Yes!
You ask Bruno to provide some of his custom supplement. He furrows his brow and solemnly shakes his head. The villager is now clawing at his own face with his fingernails, crying out for medicine. Blood, as black as tar, begins oozing out of his eyes, ears, and mouth. It proceeds to leak from every orifice imaginable. The convulsions subside. Within moments, the villager lies still. A horrific thought makes itself known. This is the first time you have witnessed the death of a fellow man. Even in a world where medicines and elixirs can cure most any ailment, none are safe from death's icy grip. And as well you know, that which is dead can never return. Your mind goes blank. You drop to your knees in shock. Melanie clamps her hand to her mouth, stifling a scream. Ridis shakes uncontrollably. The knight hangs his head. Bruno nervously asks, "What are you doing here?" The knight's name is Sherwin. He identifies himself as a member of the Ivory Order. His travels brought him to this village where he has been caring for the ailing residents. His face contorts in disgust. If not for these foul drugs, they would be healed. He spits and takes his leave. Bruno gazes upon the villager's corpse with a look of apparent realization. You approach Sherwin, who is caring for another villager. Is every day like this? You inquire. According to the knight, an elderly man living just outside the village is typically the one who looks after its residents. You'd be best served asking him all your questions, Sherwin says as he returns to his patient. You had best get out of here quick, she cautions you. If you stay here, then you too will, she begins, then suddenly starts cackling. A man approaches you as you wander through the village. Spare a bit of medicine, he asks genially. He sets about convincing you that your kindness will be returned tenfold if you just give him a little from your pack. His silver tongue would put even the best salesman to shame. You reach for a bottle of medicine, completely taken in by his pitch. Bruno stills your hand. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I really shouldn't, you yelp over your shoulder, already walking away at a brisk pace. You continue wandering the village streets, only to be accosted by the man once more. It seems he will follow you to the ends of the earth.
I'll do it one more time. No, go away.
Why do you want it so badly, you ask, affording him another opening. He gladly takes it. He first came in contact with it as a child.
His parents paid him no mind.
And never since forgot its wonderful taste. You are fully invested in this story, and desperate to give the man some small comfort in this cruel, cruel world. You're primed and ready to hand it over. I've heard better sob stories, Melanie says dryly, having somehow absorbed the man's story, despite the blistering speed in which he delivered it. Bruno thinks you'd better not, but you're not so sure. You heed Bruno's warning and return the medicine. The man's shoulders droop, and he appears to have dropped something peculiar in his haste.
Pick up mysterious card number 8. Get number 7? No, we didn't.
You knock lightly on the door. An elderly man opens it, beaming at you. He announces himself as Selfor and beckons you inside. Might he be the headman you've heard so much about? Ask me anything you like, he offers. Selfor receives your party, for whatever reason, rather graciously. He could well be a font of knowledge. What will you ask him?
What the hell's going on?
You make mention of the village's eccentricities. Selfor informs you that the island indeed suffers from an extreme shortage of medicine. He apologizes for the villagers' incivility. Consider it the price to pay for making the world a better place, he adds nonsensically. You ask if he is the one in charge of the village. It's true that the villagers call him their headman, but I feel compelled to correct the record and state that my official title is overseer. You ask if he has seen the dragon. Why, yes, he says. He returned to this island just the other day. Oh, but don't worry, he continues. He hasn't caused us too much trouble. Needless to say, this does not comport with your understanding of the dragon. You notice Melanie lift an eyebrow at his use of the word returned. At any rate, the dragon's presence on the island is confirmed. You quietly celebrate the first credible lead you've yet received. Your questions satisfactorily answered, you thank Selfor and turn to leave. He asks you to stop. We have yet to discuss the terms of your living here, he declares. You explain that you are only here to pursue the dragon and have no intention to stay. Selfor begs your forgiveness for thinking you were newcomers. It's perfectly understandable, though. What with the non-match among you? He says with a sneer. What does he mean by that? Melanie asks you, unable to grasp the old man's intentions.
Monster.
For reasons unknown, you feel the blood drain from your face. Your breathing grows ragged and you break out in a sweat. We're done here, you say defiantly as you storm out of the house. Mar runs after you, chirping frantically. Melanie and the others give chase, but you and Mar are well out of sight by the time they make it outside. The two can't have gone far, though. It may be best to first search the village.
Canvass the village is sick and search for your scattered allies. Oh, this is the jump.
Melanie and company find you standing in front of a house. She can't quite make it out, but it sounds as though you're saying to Mar, "This place is..." Melanie calls out to you, prompting you to blurt out, "Sorry, just had a bad stomachache back there," in your characteristically glib manner.
Mar chirps skeptically. Molly opens her mouth to speak.
She surveys you both and sees two haggard travelers unwilling to admit they're in need. "Are you sure you're all right?" she asks, concerned. "Fine, absolutely fine," you tell her, perhaps too eagerly. "So you were worried about me," you shoot back. "No, I wasn't," she replies, her face reddening.
Finish your investigation of the village of the sick.
You spot a familiar-looking mage on the village streets. Winifred takes no notice of you and ducks into the apothecary. "So, the Ivory Order buys their medicine just like everybody else," you muse to yourself as you prick up your ears and listen carefully. Winifred and the apothecary speak in hushed tones. You'd guess it's an order for special medicine, but you can't make it out. Alas, she's just buying the usual stuff. Nothing remotely interesting about that, though her presence suggests that other members of the Order might also be in town. With no desire to run into them, you make yourself scarce before she catches sight of you.
I was hoping she'd be in there. Okay, there's something that we're gonna do here in a second. Oh, well, okay. There's that. Let's take a look at the carriage, guys. Sherwin wasted no time distinguishing himself in the Ivory Order. His character and aptitude earned him the title of the Ivory Knight at an exceedingly young age. Let's see here. Selfor in particular is a peculiar man who calls himself the Overseer. He once served dutifully as a knight of the Ivory Order to protect his beloved family. And we need... At first it has 4 legs, then 2, then 3, in the end it has 10. What is it? The answer is me. Ah, may I pass peacefully into the next life in the driver's seat of the gently swaying carriage. I love it so. Alright, let's wrap up the stuff here. We're gonna head back to the very first place.
You spy the very people you were hoping to avoid, gathered near the village gate. The last thing we need is a confrontation, you mutter, spying them from the shadows. Why are we always hiding? Melanie hisses under her breath. Two members of the Order are speaking with Sherwin. Given how deferential they appear to be acting toward him, you hazard a guess that he's their superior.
Really?
Have you determined the dragon's location? Sherwin asks. Hedwin launches into his report. The dragon appears to be occupying the volcano. I suggest we move to capture him immediately, he counsels. Now who should appear but Winifred, fresh from her shopping excursion. Preparations for our journey into the volcano are complete, she reports, handing Sherwin a bottle of something. Splendid. Sherwin walks off and out of sight, the other three following close behind. Lucky for you, your hastily improvised hiding spot afforded you valuable information on the dragon. Yet their conversation raised as many questions as it answered. The medicine bottle Sherwin received is probably related to their journey into the volcano somehow. Bruno recalls seeing a bottle much like it once before. He says it contains flash freeze, which can chill most anything. Maybe that's what Winifred bought at the apothecary, Bruno continues.
Oh, I know where the volcano's
You know
at.
that the dragon is lurking in the volcano, but you haven't a clue how to get from here to there.
We walk?
Isn't it that mountain with all the smoke pouring out of it? Ridis asks, pointing westward. Why, yes, that sure does look rather like a volcano. There was talk of capturing the dragon. Melanie picked up on the incongruity as well. The Queen ordered the dragon killed, she reminds you. You narrow your eyes. You three have no right being this helpful, you think. Mar pinches your cheeks without warning. You yelp in pain, which at the very least crosses dreaming off the list of explanations. Returning to the matter at hand, it's clear what must be done. You'll have to get your hands on some flash freeze if you hope to enter the volcano.
Okay, so there's the mysterious card number 7. I totally forgot that there's a locked door in admin, which we have the magical key. I looked it up because I was like, wait, so far we've hit every single one.
The
so.
apothecary. She flashes a wry smile. How do you steady the roiling magma's flow? She asks cryptically. The meaning behind the question is utterly lost on you. She needs a password, Melanie mutters over your shoulder. The answer, then, would be the password. So, how do you steady the roiling magma's flow?
The password is...
She mutters. She pulls out her wares, but what you need is not among them. Your password merely granted you entry to the apothecary. Ah, yes, you'd think so, she says, as if turning the
you gotta
answer
be kidding
over
me.
in her mind. But you'd be wrong.
Special medicine. I just keep coming back and trying it every time.
The old woman rolls her eyes, suddenly looking defeated. How did you know the answer? Did someone tell you? She mutters bitterly.
I seriously would never have guessed that. I mean, just... Alright.
You've managed to crack the code, and a bottle of flash freeze is yours. At last, you are ready to enter the volcano. You've got a long road ahead of you, so you had best be prepared.
You're in a volcano west of the village of the sick, and you request to find the dragon. Yep, I'm aware. But first, we go get card number 7.
You turn the magical key in the lock, and the door opens. You sense a presence behind you, and turn to see a guard. He starts talking to you like your old friends. He tells you this is where Queen Nilla used to store the royal treasure, but not anymore. So you see, you won't find anything of value in there, he finishes, and walks away. There's a scrap of paper on the ground where the guard was standing. You pick it up and read it.
Notice, some local merchants are engaging in illicit trade of unauthorized powerful weapons. Seize any such operations as you discover them. You fulfill the necessary requirements and unlock Queen Nilia's flipside story. Yeah, I looked that up. Cause I'm like, where's number 7? We've done everything. But yeah, I mean, it's been so long since we started the game that I totally forgot about that. So, let's check out her story. No ruler is safe from fear and worry, but Queen Nilla harbors a knot in her gut unrelated to and more personal than the recent rise in monster activity. Imposing though the sacred dome may be, it is far from comfortable. Her Highness, Royal Seat, shall we say, frequently cries out for something more plush. Okay.
Changed your mind, have you? Come to buy the legendary weapon after all? He whispers eagerly.
Oh, we need 20 gig.
You open your coin purse, only no money, no sale. He tucks the weapon away once more.
Okay. Well, we have our... We'll have to come back here. Let me get some money.
And fight.
And...
Oh?
I think darkness does work on these guys. You know, we're gonna probably want to take some ice. Now that I'm thinking about it, I really should. Let's change out skills. He doesn't have anything ice related. She does though. Let's drop that pistol arrow. And then let's drop fire. Freeze. Probably may not need any need for in case. Enter the volcano.
The heat of the volcano engulfs you the moment you set foot inside. Of course, the dragon is hiding out here. Guess it's as good a place as any to corner him, you reason with yourself, trying to keep your spirits up.
Treasure.
Crossing this river of lava won't be easy.
You know a way to cross? I do.
Here's how you cross a lava river. Bam! You open the bottle of flash freeze and pour some into the raging river of lava. The lava instantly hardens, forming a bridge of rock.
Send the volcano pursue the dragon. And so far, she's oh yeah, those guys could
Fortune favors the...
Yep, I'm aware.
Nice work.
Alright, sorry, I just thought it was odd that it was just by itself. I thought maybe you can use the flash freeze thing again. I was wrong though. You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock the Molten Slime's enemy story. Molten slimes are capable of melting steel and are predictably found near volcanoes. More surprising is their distance for group behavior and yearning for the wider world. Those who wander beyond the volcano are treated to a world that invites curiosity at every turn. Alas, most things burn to a crisp before the molten slimes can get close enough to touch.
Good work.
These monsters are dropping treasures left and right.
About the enemy.
Okay, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call that an episode here because we know how the tower went. So, in our next episode, we'll definitely tackle the majority of this. See if we can't finish up the volcano in one go. Outside of that, just gets better and better. Like, the writing in this game is just fantastic. I understand that this is more of a visual novel type game, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I would actually want more if I can get the quality of that writing, especially with the characters. I would like a little bit more depth to the characters, like not depth as in characters themselves, but like skills and whatnot. Like, I mean, I've gotten everything. So, but hey, whatever. That's just a minor complaint. Other than that, though, I'm hoping you guys are having a great new year. I wishing you all health and happiness. Stay safe, guys. So, other than that, if you liked this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys think of the game, and the story so far, and how everything has turned out. So, with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.